I expected a lifetime of happiness, but instead of holding me close on our wedding night, the man I loved confessed that our marriage was a lie built entirely on hate and revenge. The sun was warm. My dress was white. My heart was happy. I married Dominic. He was my husband now. The wedding was small, but it was beautiful. I felt like a princess. The flowers were pink and white. The music was soft. I smiled all day. I looked at Dominic. He was so handsome. His suit was black. His eyes were dark. He smiled at me. I loved him so much. My mother cried happy tears. My father shook Dominic's hand. They liked him. Everyone liked him. He had money. He had a big house. He seemed kind. I was the happiest woman in the world. I found my true love. We would be happy. We would have children. We would grow old together. That was my dream. The day ended. We went to his house. It was a very big house. I saw it before. But now it was my home too. We walked inside. I was nervous. But I was happy. This was my wedding night. I loved this man. He loved me. That was what I thought. Dominic closed the door. I turned to him. I wanted to kiss him. But something changed. His face was different. His smile was gone. His eyes were cold, very cold. I felt scared. I said his name. I asked if something was wrong. He did not answer. He walked to the window. He looked outside. He did not look at me. I asked again. I wanted him to talk to me. He turned around. His eyes were not the same eyes from the church. These eyes were hard, mean. He said he needed to tell me something. My heart beat fast. Something was very wrong. I felt it in my body. I asked what it was. My voice was small. He said he did not love me. The words hit me. I could not breathe. I could not speak. I asked what he meant. He said he married me for revenge. His voice was cold. I started to cry. I said it was not true. I said he loved me. He said no. He said he never loved me. I asked why. I asked why he married me. He looked at me. His eyes were full of hate. He talked about my father. He said my father destroyed his family. I did not understand. I asked about my father. He said it was years ago. He said my father ruined his father's business. His father lost everything. His father killed himself. I shook my head. I said my father would never do that. He said my father did it. And now I would pay. I asked what he meant by pay. He said I would live there. He said I was his wife, but he would never love me. He would never touch me. I would have clothes. I would have food, but I would never have him. I felt sick. This was not real. It could not be real. I cried. I said I did nothing to him. He said my father would watch. He said my father would see his daughter in a loveless marriage. That was his punishment. I was the price. My life was the price. I fell to my knees. I cried hard. My body shook. Everything was broken. My dream was dead. Dominic walked away. He left me on the floor. He did not look back. I cried for hours. The room was dark now. I was alone. I looked at my wedding dress. It was on the chair. It looked like a ghost. A dead thing. I was a ghost too, a ghost in my own life now. This was my wedding night. The happiest day became the worst day. I married a man who hated me. I was trapped. I could not leave. I had no money. I had nowhere to go. I loved Dominic, but he never loved me. It was all a lie. Everything was a lie. I lay on the floor, the cold floor. I closed my eyes. But I could not sleep. The pain was too big. My heart was broken. My life was broken. This was just the beginning of my prison, my beautiful prison with no love, no hope, no future. I was 24 years old, and my life was over. My new life started. It was a sad life. I woke up every morning. The bed was big, but I was alone. Dominic slept in another room. He never came to me. I went to the bathroom. I washed my face. I looked in the mirror. I did not know this woman. She looked tired. She looked sad. I went down to the kitchen. The house was very quiet. Dominic left early for work. He never said goodbye. I never saw him in the morning. I ate alone at the big table. The table was long. It had 10 chairs, but only I sat there. The food was good, but I could not taste it. After breakfast, I walked alone in the big garden. The garden was beautiful. There were many flowers, many trees, but I felt nothing. I was empty inside. I had nothing to do all day. I watched television. I read books, but I could not focus. My mind was always sad. At night I ate dinner. Again alone at the big table. Sometimes I heard Dominic come home. He walked past the dining room. He did not look at me. He did not speak. I slept alone in the big bed. I cried every night. The pillow was wet with tears. This was my life now. Day after day. The same thing. Always alone. Always sad. I had beautiful dresses. I had expensive shoes. I had no love. I had no life. Dominic left money on the table sometimes. He never gave it to me. He just left it there, like I was not real, like I was invisible. He never spoke to me. Sometimes I tried to talk to him. I said hello. I asked about his day, but he walked away. He did not answer. I was a prisoner in silk. One day, a letter came. It was an invitation, a party for rich people, Dominic's business friends. That night, Dominic came to my room. He knocked on the door. He said we had a party tomorrow. He said I would come with him. I asked why. I said he hated me. He said, we must look like a normal couple. He told me to wear something nice. He left. I sat on the bed. I had to go to a party. I had to pretend to be happy, pretend to love him. The next night, I wore a red dress. I put on makeup. I looked beautiful. But inside I was dead. Dominic came down. He wore a black suit. He looked at me, but his eyes were still cold. We went to the party. We got out of the car. Dominic smiled. He took my hand. He held it tight. People looked at us. They smiled. Dominic played his role well. He put his arm around me. He laughed. He called me darling, but I knew it was all fake. I smiled too. My smile was fake. My laugh was fake. Everything was fake. Someone said we were a lovely couple. Dominic said thank you. He kissed my cheek. It felt like ice. We stayed for 2 hours. I acted the whole time. I was an actress in a play. A very sad play. We went back to the car. Dominic let go of my hand. His smile disappeared. He did not look at me anymore. In front of people, we were a happy couple. But in the car, we were strangers. It was very quiet. We did not speak. The quiet hurt my ears. At home, he went to his room. I went to mine. The play was over. We were back to being nothing. This happened many times. Parties, dinners, business events. Always the same. We acted for others, but alone we were empty. I felt hopeless. I felt lost. I cried so much, but crying did not help. Nothing helped. One day I walked around the house. I wanted to find something, anything. I went upstairs. There was a hallway. At the end was a small door. I never saw this door before. I opened it. Stairs went up. I climbed the stairs. I found an attic room. It was small. It was dusty. Old boxes were everywhere. Spiders made webs on the ceiling. But it was quiet. It was away from everything. Away from Dominic. Away from the empty rooms. I decided to clean it. I found a broom. I found old cloths. I started to work. I cleaned for hours. I swept the floor. I wiped the windows. I moved the boxes to one corner. The work felt good. My body was tired, but my mind was busy. I was not thinking about my sad life. After 3 days, the room was clean. The window was open. Fresh air came in. Sun came in. I brought a chair up. I brought some books. I brought a small lamp. This small room was mine. Not his, just mine. I went there every day. It became my safe place, my escape. I could be alone in a good way. One day, I looked out the attic window. I saw the garden below. One corner looked dead. No flowers, no grass, just dirt and weeds. I wanted to fix it. I wanted to make something grow. I went outside. Behind the house was an old shed. I opened it. Inside were old gardening tools, a shovel, a rake, gloves, seeds in old packets. I took the tools. I went to the dead corner of the garden. I started to work. I pulled the weeds. I dug the dirt. My hands hurt, but I did not stop. I worked every day. I put my hands in the dirt. It felt real. The dirt was warm. It was alive. I planted the old seeds. I did not know if they would grow, but I tried. I watered them every day. I waited. I hoped. After 1 week, I saw something. Small green shoots. They came up from the dirt. The seeds were alive. I smiled. I really smiled. For the first time in months, the flowers grew slowly. They were small, but they were real. They were alive, like something in me. Something small, but real. Every day, I worked in the garden. The flowers grew bigger. I planted more. I made the corner beautiful. This was my place, my flowers, my work. Dominic did not notice. He did not care. But I did not need him to notice. I was doing this for me. Only for me. The flowers made me feel better, not happy, not yet, but better. Less dead inside. I still lived in the big house. I still ate alone. I still slept alone. But now I had something. I had my attic room. I had my garden. They were small things, but they were mine. They gave me something to do, something to care about. I was still trapped, but the cage felt a little bigger now. I could breathe a little easier. I did not know what would happen. I did not know how long this life would last. But for now, I had my flowers. I had my small room. And that was enough. For now. One day I was in my attic room. I saw an old box. I opened it. Inside were books. Small books. Someone wrote in them. It was a diary. I looked at the name. Lillian. That was Dominic's mother. I sat down. I read the diary. Lillian wrote about her life. She wrote about her husband. She wrote about her son Dominic. First, the stories were happy. Then they were sad. Her husband lost his job. He lost money. Then he died. He killed himself. Dominic was 10 years old. Just a boy. I cried. This was so sad. Lillian wrote more. She wrote about Dominic. He was angry. He was sad. He changed. Lillian talked to him. She said important things. She wrote that Dominic must forgive. Hate is bad. It will hurt him. She wrote that she wanted her son to be happy, not angry. Lillian died too. She was sick. I closed the book. I cried. Now I understood. Dominic was hurt. He lost his father. He was just a boy. He was not a bad person. He was a sad person, but he still hurt me. That was wrong. I thought for a long time, I could not stay here. I could not live like this. I needed to leave. That night, I went to find Dominic. He was in his office. I walked in. He looked up. He asked what I wanted. I said I needed to talk. My heart beat fast, but I talked. I said I found his mother's books. His face changed. He asked what? I said her diary. I said I read it. He said that was not for me. I said I knew, but I read it. I said I knew about his father. I said I was sorry. He said nothing. I said his mother was good. She loved him. She wanted him to forgive, not to hate. He said she was dead. I said, but he remembered her. He looked tired. I said I was sorry about his father. I said my father hurt his family. That was wrong. I was sorry. He said sorry did not help. I said no, but hate did not help too. I looked at him. I said I forgave him. He was surprised. He asked what? I said I forgave him. I said I needed to be free, so I forgave him. He asked about free. I said I was leaving. He asked what? I said I could not stay there. I would not stay. I would leave. He said I was his wife. I said no. A wife needs love. We had no love. I left the room. I went upstairs. My hands shook, but I felt strong. I got a bag. I put some clothes in it. I put some shoes in it. I took off my wedding ring. I put it on the table. It said goodbye. I am free now. I took my bag. I walked down the stairs. I walked to the door. I opened it. The air was cold, but it felt good. I walked out. I did not look back. I walked down the street. The moon was bright. I did not know where to go, but I was not scared. Finally free. Each step felt good. I walked away from that house, away from that life. I touched my face. The air was cool. This was my new beginning. I was not a prisoner now. I was me. Just me. And that was good. I walked for a long time that night. I was tired. I was scared. But I was free. I found a small hotel. It was cheap. I stayed there for 3 days. I looked for a room to rent. I looked at many places. They were expensive. I had little money. Finally, I found a small room. It was in an old building. The room was tiny, but it was clean. The landlady was old. Her name was Mrs. Piper. She looked at me. She said, I looked sad. I said I was okay. She said the rent was $200 a month. I paid her. I moved in that day. The room was very small. It had a bed, a table, a chair, a tiny kitchen, a small bathroom. But it was mine, my own room. I chose it. I paid for it. I sat on the bed. I looked around. This was my home now. It was not big. It was not beautiful, but it was mine. I cried. But these tears were different. They were not sad tears. They were something else. Relief, maybe. The next day I looked for work. I walked around the city. I went to many shops, many cafes. I asked if they needed help. Most people said no. Some people were rude. I was tired. My feet hurt, but I did not stop. I saw a small flower shop. It had a sign, "Help Wanted." I went inside. The shop was beautiful. Flowers were everywhere. The smell was so nice. An old woman stood behind the counter. She had gray hair. She smiled at me. She said hello. She asked if she could help me. I said I saw her sign. I said I needed a job. She asked if I knew about flowers. I said a little. I said I grew flowers. I said I liked flowers very much. She looked at me. She asked my name. I said Ivy. She said her name was Chloe. Funny name for a flower shop owner. She smiled. I smiled too. She asked if I could start tomorrow. I said yes. I thanked her so much. She said, "Be here at 8. I left the shop. I was so happy. I had a job. The next day I started work. Chloe showed me everything. She said I would water the flowers. I would cut the stems. I would make bouquets. I would help customers. The work was hard. I stood all day. My feet hurt. My back hurt. My hands hurt from the cold water. But I did not care. I was working. I was making money. I was alive. Life was hard. My hands hurt from work, but I felt alive. For the first time in a long time, I was alive. Every day I woke up early. I went to the shop. I worked all day. I went home tired. I cooked simple food, rice, vegetables, sometimes an egg. I did not have money for meat. At night, I was so tired. But I was happy. This was my life. I chose it. Chloe was kind to me. She taught me many things, not just about flowers, about life too. One day she asked me why I was there. A young woman, alone, no family. I did not want to lie. I said, I left my husband. She nodded. She asked if he was bad to me. I said yes. She said good. She said I was brave. Many women stay. I left. That takes strength. Her words made me feel good. I was brave. I was strong. Chloe became my friend, my only friend. After 1 month, Chloe said I was good with flowers. Very good. I said, thank you. She said I had a gift. I smiled. I did have a gift. Flowers made me happy. They made other people happy too. My room had a small balcony, just big enough for a few pots. I bought some pots. I bought some soil. I bought some seeds. I planted flowers on my balcony. I watered them every day. I watched them grow. The flowers made my small room beautiful. They made me happy. One day, a customer came to the shop. She looked at my flowers. She said they were so pretty. She asked if I grew them. I said yes. She asked if she could buy the pot, not just the flowers, the whole pot. I looked at Chloe. Chloe nodded. I said yes. $10. The woman paid. She took the pot. She was very happy. Chloe said I should sell more. People liked them, so I did. I grew more flowers. I planted them in pretty pots. I sold them at the shop. People loved them. They bought many. I saved my money. Every dollar. I was careful. I did not buy unnecessary things. Slowly my life got better. I bought better food. I bought new shoes. I bought a warm coat. I learned to live alone. I learned to do everything myself. I paid my rent. I paid for food. I paid for everything, all by myself. Nobody helped me. Nobody gave me money. I did it all alone. And that felt amazing. I did not need anyone. I was independent. I was not the same girl from before. That girl was naive. That girl was weak. That girl needed someone. This new me was different. I was strong. I was confident. I knew what I wanted. I was not a princess in a castle anymore. I was the queen of my own small room. Life was simple, but it was good. I was happy, really happy. 3 months passed, then something happened. I was at the shop. I arranged some roses. The door opened. A man walked in. I looked up. It was Dominic. My heart stopped. I could not breathe. He looked at me. He looked shocked. His mouth opened, but no words came out. I said, "Hello, Dominic." My voice was calm. He said my name. He said he found me. I said yes, he found me. He looked around the shop. He looked at my dirty apron, my simple clothes. He asked if I worked there. I said yes. He asked why. He said I had everything. I said I had nothing. I had a cage. Now I had freedom. He looked sad, confused. He said, "Come back." He said, "Come home." I said no. That was never my home. He said he would give me money. I said I did not want his money. He said, "Please." I said, "No, Dominic." I said I was happy here. I was free here. A customer came in. I turned to help her. Dominic stood there. He watched me. I thought that was the end, but it was not. The next day he came back. He did not come inside. He stood across the street. He watched. He came every day. He just watched. He never spoke. He just stood there. Chloe noticed. She asked who that man was. I said my husband. She asked if he was the bad one. I said yes. She asked if she should call the police. I said no. He would not hurt me. He just watched. And he did. Every day. He stood outside. He watched me work. He watched me work. He watched me work. He watched me smile. He watched me laugh with customers. One day I laughed at something Chloe said. A real laugh. A happy laugh. I looked out the window. Dominic was there. He looked broken, sad, lost. He saw my real happiness, my real smile, my real life, and I think he understood. His revenge failed. I was not sad. I was not broken. I was happy. He lost. But, more than that, he lost me, and maybe he realized I was something precious, something he threw away. After 1 week he stopped coming. I never saw him again. My life continued. I worked. I grew flowers. I sold them. I lived. I was free. I was happy. I was me. And that was everything. 1 year passed. I worked at Chloe's shop. I saved money. I had a dream. I wanted my own shop. One day my phone rang. I said hello. The voice said my name. This is Dominic. My heart beat fast. He said he wanted to talk. Please. I asked why. He said he needed to say something. Please meet me, I thought. One time only. We met at a cafe. I waited. Dominic came in. He looked different, older, sad. He sat down. He said thank you. I asked what he wanted. He said he was sorry. I looked at him. He hurt me. He was very sorry. He sold his company. He started a new job. He helped people now. I said good. He said he read his mother's diary. I was right. She wanted him to forgive, not to hate. He looked at me. He said he was cruel. He knew that. He was sorry. I drank my coffee. I thought. I said he hurt me very much. He broke my heart. He trapped me. He said he knew. I said, but I learned something. I learned I was strong. He tried to break me, but I left. I made a new life. He said I was strong. He saw me at the shop. I was happy. He never made me happy. I said no. He did not. We were quiet. I said I forgave him. He looked up. He asked, really? I said yes. I forgave him. But we would not meet again. This was goodbye. He said he understood. Goodbye, Ivy. Be happy. I said I was happy. I stood up. I left. I walked away. I felt good. I felt peaceful. That was over now. 3 months later, Chloe talked to me. She said she was old. She wanted to stop working. I felt sad. I said I would miss her. She said, wait. She asked if I wanted her shop. I asked what? She said yes. I was very good. The shop should be mine. I said, but I had no money. She said she would help me. I could pay her slowly. I cried. I hugged her. I said yes, thank you. So I bought the shop. It was mine now. I gave it a new name. New Beginning Flowers. I worked very hard. I woke up early. I grew many flowers. I made the shop pretty. Many people came. They bought flowers. They were happy. I did this alone. This was my dream. It was real now. Now I stand in my shop. The sun comes in. It is warm. I water my plants. I touch the flowers. I smell them. I smile. A big smile. I think about my life. My old life. My new life. My wedding day was happy. But it was false. Not real. My wedding night was bad. Very bad. Dominic told me the truth. He broke me. I was sad. I was trapped. I cried. But then I changed. I became strong. I left that house. I left that life. I started again. Life was hard, but I worked. I learned. I made this life, this good life, all alone. My wedding night was an ending, but it was a beginning too. The beginning of me, the real me, the strong me. I do not need a man. I do not need anyone. I have me. I have my shop. I have my flowers, and I am happy. A woman comes in. She says, "Good morning." I say good morning. For her daughter. I say, I will make something nice. I make a pretty bouquet. She is very happy. She pays. She leaves. She smiles. I smile too. This is my life now. Simple. Good. Mine. The sun shines. The flowers grow. I am happy. I am Ivy. I am free. My story starts here. Right now, support our channel by liking and sharing this video. Make sure to subscribe to Teddy English Story and turn on notifications to get the best English stories every week.